Hello everybody, this is Built on the Rock Homestead, and thanks for watching my video, for joining me. I've had a few requests in the past month or so wanting to see a garden update, and I've been kind of hesitant for several reasons. Mainly because it's a total failure. I've changed some things around, watering, hoping that would help, but also at the same time I made changes and stuff. I also kind of abandoned the garden, mainly because it's been hot. Now today isn't too bad. I think we're only in the 90s today, but a week ago it got up to 112. We had several weeks of over 100 every day, where 100 was considered cooling off. No exaggeration, we were hitting 105, 110, 112 here, even hotter a little north of me. So it was really hard to be motivated to even come out here to even look to see if anything was surviving. And the truth of the matter is, I have planted multiple successions of seeds and had major problems with them even germinating. I've had issues where the seeds would germinate, and then after a month or two, the growth wouldn't be very good, but then they would just die. I've had so many problems. Some things were germinating and growing, other things weren't. And so at first I was hand watering every day, and I made changes into that in hopes of, maybe I wasn't giving it enough water, and that was a problem. And honestly, I don't know what the problem is, but I will say a few days ago, this middle of the week, I was in a live chat, and somebody shared that she only buys heirloom seeds and in huge quantities from a particular nursery, a plant seed company, and I forget which was. And she's been sharing with people because apparently she's known a lot of people who bought seeds from stores and they never germinated. None of the seeds would germinate, which made me wondering. Now I got a bunch of seeds locally here. They don't sell very many seeds, but I got a few. And I've been sent as gift seeds. I won seeds. So I've had seeds. Some were store-bought, some were heirloom, variety of seeds. So I don't know, that could be part of the problem. The heat could be part of the problem. My composting soil could be part of the problem. I don't know, but I've had a really bad year. So I haven't been in here for weeks, several weeks now. And hold on. Okay, I've got my boots on because I've had a huge problem with snakes this year. I've had over there, when I was still hand watering, I accidentally watered a rattlesnake, and it was really strange. It was like all coiled up, and I think it was sleeping, because when the water hit, and I already had the water pouring out, I was just going along the fence, and it hit the snake, and the snake leaped in the air almost, just in shock, and zoomed across the fence. I was really lucky. But I have seen garter snakes and all sorts of snakes in here. Just a yellow snake. I have found a yellow snake over here by that pot. What attracted me was a weird noise I was hearing. And I don't know what kind of noise that was, but it was making a weird noise, almost like a bird or something, but I never saw anything. So, I don't know if I can get this. Yeah, the bees. Now, as you can tell, my sunflowers, I pulled up a ton of sunflowers that were dying or in locations that were really inconvenient for me, and fed them to the goats. They love them. And as you can see, the grass and weeds are doing great. They're doing fantastic. And I've come in here at times and pulled up a bunch and would feed it to the rabbits or the goats or whatever. So I have been in here a little bit, but the grass is so grown up I'm almost nervous in here because of the snakes. But let's do a tour. Let's see what the heck has survived. I often water over here from the other side of the fence. And I had a bunch of lettuce growing in here, and now, oh, this might be lettuce. I just seem to have weeds. It's like what I planted, because both of these plants were full of lettuce, and I can't even find them. I have planted lettuce, spinach, kale, kale. This is growing right here. And I've seen things sprout and then they disappear. So I don't know. I've seen birds in here. Maybe the birds are pulling it all up. But it's just been frustrating because things just keep disappearing or dying. Somebody who not very trustworthy on the information. When I first moved here, we became friends for about a year or so. She said this was persimmon. I don't know if it's persimmon, but every single year the goats come in here and just clean it. This probably would be taller than this 8-foot fence if the goats didn't come in here and every year just clean every leaf off of this. I'm honestly surprised this tree or bush is still alive. Because, I mean, after the goats come in here, everything will be gone. It'll just be a bunch of sticks. So, I tried planting some lettuce over here. I've tried planting cucumbers, and they just shriveled up and died. And this is getting watered every single day. This is azaleas, I think, and it's a gardening soil, and yet they're dying. There used to be like 3 on one side and 2 on the other side, and they're just dying on me. And they get watered every single day. Right now I've got the sprinkler going twice a day. Mint's doing okay, but there's a leak here, a very slow leak, so they get a teeny bit of water. I don't know if the sprinkler's hitting this or not. Nothing I planted in here has grown, but weeds have grown. The weeds are doing great. Hold it, what's this? Maybe this is something I planted. And this, I need to just move this out of the whole entire, because it keeps falling over. But this thing gets watered every single day, twice a day. And what I planted like, I don't know, spinach or something in there. I have it written inside. And here, this is full of cucumbers, full of sweet potatoes. It's getting watered every day from a sprinkler. And everything's just dying. You can't even tell. I have planted corn. Right between here, I planted 2 or 3 times corn. Nothing sprouted. I planted tomato seeds. I have planted so many different things in here, and it would either not sprout at all. Like I had one package, I finally gave up. I planted so many seeds and nothing even sprouted. And it was an heirloom. That's the thing that really got me, was that it was an heirloom. This over here are all sweet potatoes. And they're kind of doing okay. I know the water goes all the way into the goat paddock, right where that chicken is, about that distance. Ooh, not sure what I stepped on, but it was plastic. Potatoes, I think something might have eaten some of the leaves. I'm not sure. And as you can see, the grass is doing great. I need to get in here and pull up this grass. It's so hot. I doubt the potatoes are really doing anything. First I thought it was dying. The leaves were dying back, but I think they got eaten. And I'm almost tempted to just, leave them and either they'll compost or they'll start growing when it gets cool in the fall. I don't know. We'll see. And I really want to come in here and like this needs that actually can be cut up and put in with the rabbits to eat. This is one thing I just don't get. I have comfrey in here and I've had it for years, like 2, 3, 4 years, and now I'm not seeing any comfrey at all. Nothing has come up, and I'm just flabbergasted because the roots would be going through rock, and I have pulled up all the grass here thinking maybe the comfrey isn't growing because there's too much weeds and stuff, and nothing grows. I'm totally flabbergasted. I mean, it's almost impossible to kill comfrey. And the water trough is over there because the hose came apart. And so I waited a couple days, and then after they drank all the water that was in that trough, I cleaned it out, and my neighbor came and fixed the clamp because I can never do those clamps. I just don't have the strength. And he has a drill that he can get it really tight so it will hold the water. I try to do it and it leaks all over the place. But, so I need to put the trough there, but when there's trough there, there's always water coming here. Plus, I know for a fact the sprinkler is hitting this area, so it's getting water. I'm just flabbergasted. I don't get what's going on. Now we're getting some grass here, but I am getting beets. This is beets, and I need to, like this right here is weeds. Yeah, you guys, don't want that. But so I'm getting some beets here. I'll weed that a little bit. Now here's my pumpkin, and I planted this like 2 months ago. At least 2 months ago, maybe 3. See, today's July. So I planted that in like the beginning of May. And that's all it's done. And I've planted more seeds. I planted like 3 or 4 seeds in here. And how did this rock get in there? And I'm not, just that one. And I know I've seen them sprout, but then they don't. They just disappear. Now let me see if I can find. Here's a summer squash. It's like a flat summer squash. And I planted 4 or 5 times. I mean, I kept planting seeds. And that's the only one that sprouted. Did the same thing over here in multiple successions. It's the only one that sprouted. Oh, this has gotten bad. These are all boxes that I filled with hay, and some dirt hay, and the grass is just growing through it now. But I couldn't get the seeds I put in here to sprout. Same here. These sunflowers are all wild. I planted a whole row of corn, didn't sprout. Planted tomatoes, didn't sprout. I planted squash. I think one might have sprouted and died. I don't know. Same thing over here. I've had so much like squash and other kinds of just that doesn't sprout. I don't get it. And here's where I placed the sprinkler, and it really covers this whole entire area. I've planted bean seeds all along this fence. Let's see, is it? Well, there's one, I think. I'm not positive anymore. I think one of my plants will, seeds will sprout, and then it turns out to be something else. So, usually a weed. Now, those cucumbers are doing okay. I'm pretty sure I think I planted cucumbers in here. Not totally, looking more like zucchini than cucumbers. I don't know. We'll see. But whatever grows, grows. I've planted some squash over in here multiple times. It's just been a horrible year. I have done at least 3 or 4 different succession plantings where, I'll come out and I'll plant 2 or 3 more pumpkin seeds there, more zucchini, more cucumbers. I know there's zucchini seeds around here, and I don't know if any of them sprouted. I've planted in various locations. I know, actually I said green beans. I think I might have planted peas. I don't know, I had both green beans and peas over there. I've planted, like, in that area, I've done corn 2 or 3, at least 2 times, maybe 3. I've done green beans all along here, nothing. My garden has just been a complete, utter failure, and except all this grass, like if I opened that door right now, this is enough food for a week. Not a whole week, but close to it. I mean, at least several days. My aloe vera is doing well. Unfortunately, the little babies I transplanted, every one of them died. I watered, I kept it moist, they just died. I transplanted all the pecans. They all died. I think this winter, when I can rake up leaves and stuff again for composting, I'm going to find those seeds and I'm going to put them in bigger pots to try to get some trees started that way. We'll see. But I really don't know what's going on with this garden this year, because this is worse than any other year I've ever had. I've had several bad years. The last couple years have been bad, but this year, last year it didn't hit 100. We stayed below 100. It got hot in the 90s, but we never hit 100. And this year, it's just been brutal. Very, very brutal. So that's my garden update. I think for this area might be an issue because that's a solid sheet of rock. I don't know if there's any cracks under there. But I'm thinking of maybe taking this bucket of straw, putting in more straw I can get too, because I need to clean the chicken coop. At least actually I need to clean the whole chicken coop. Dumping it all in here and then taking the garden soil and putting it on there so there's more soil. And then I successfully grew radishes here, the little teeny round ones. So, I don't know. It's just been a really bad, frustrating year. And it's been several weeks since I've tried planting any other seeds because it's been so hot. And we're starting to get towards where we could plant, fall planting, start doing a fall gardening. it is the middle of July. And so I'm thinking of trying to, pull up like all this delicious grass here. I could pull up a whole bucket of grass real quickly, go feed it to the rabbits. There's more of that yummy grass, other grass here. And maybe plant some more seeds, maybe get fall tomatoes if possible. I don't know. I've had people sending me seeds and I've tried planting and it's so bad. It's really bad. That's a big bee. But that's my fall garden. I just saw a video the other day about fall garden disaster. I don't know if I can get the butterfly. I don't know if I got it or not. I hope you can see this. But That video was garden disaster. But he was still growing stuff. It's just that he'd had some major issues, plumbing disaster in his house. So he couldn't keep up with the weeding and stuff. But mine just won't even grow. The weeds have taken over and nothing will sprout and grow. Except, I don't know if I'll get any ears of corn at all. I mean, it's not looking, that's a pathetic cornfield. But maybe, I get in here, it's today, honestly, it's in the 90s, but we've got some cloud cover, so it's not as bad as it's been. So I think I'm going to start trying to prep some areas, maybe get rid of some of these sunflowers, and after that, if it keeps being cool, when it's 112 outside, coming out and planting seeds just isn't something you want to do. So, but that's the garden tour. It's a complete failure, except for sunflowers and weeds. Doing great in the wild sunflowers and weed department. So thanks for watching, and you have a nice day.